Welcome back to Spurs Never Ends. I actually have no idea if this is working. Put that up as well. That's some nice ASMR. Anyway, Tottenham vs Burnley, 1-0 to Tottenham Hotspur. What did I think of the performance? Um, I thought quite bad. Let me just double check this is on. I think so. I really have no idea. Yeah, I thought quite shit. Not the best performance at all. Sometimes you'll see me look at the screen because I've got the team sheet and I've got 4 points actually that I get on to. We'll first get on to the man of the match. Who was my man of the match? I don't really care about who they give man of the match because they usually give it to the player who just scores a goal. Ironically, I'm going to do that, and I actually agree with who they gave man of the match to, which was Pedro Porro. It was a game without quality. I think it's fair to say it was a terrible game of football. Burnley are a very bad football team. We today were a very bad football team, or very bad final third team, because football overall we were okay, quite good. We played good football, but the attacking third was terrible. I'll get on to that. Pedro Porro showed the only quality, really, with that goal. Some goal, by the way. We know he's capable of it. He scored some very good goals last year. The one against Man United comes to mind. The one against Leeds as well. So yeah, that's his best goal though for Spurs. I think that's our best goal this season by far. That one or the Romero one. I think Pedro Porro's was just so out of nowhere that I think I'll go with Pedro Porro, and it was a knuckleball technique which is always pleasing to the eye. And I'm glad he's got that goal, Pedro Porro, because he deserves it. He's been absolutely fantastic for us this season. So I think that goal and a winner is something that he deserves. And did say it was because of his efforts. Yeah, which I can believe. I mean, he came back twice early from long-term injuries. So very nice to see him back out on the pitch, and he played quite well. I think there were moments where he was in and out the game. The moments where he was in the game, though, he was really good. You could tell he was our best player, really, by a country mile out there today at times. And there was a really important defensive tackle he made towards the end of the game, about 75 minutes, I think, a couple minutes before the goal. So yeah, very happy to see that. Nice to see Bentancur with captaincy, because every Spurs fan likes Bentancur. He's just too likeable and too good to not like. So yeah, those are the man of the matches. That's Bentancur. I think just getting on to a few things. Dejan Kulusevski. Let's start with him, because really poor from him today, I thought. We'll do match ratings a little bit later, and he's definitely one that was down towards the bottom, because every attack we had, he just slowed it down. Way too predictable today on that left foot, and after the Nottingham Forest game, he did say, didn't he, that he wants to score more goals on his right foot. Well, you're not going to score more goals on your right foot if you don't go towards your right foot. Way too predictable today. I think maybe a bit of tiredness. You know, you think of the effort he puts in every game. I think he's ran the most in the Premier League. So I think today was a bit of a tired performance from Dejan Kulusevski. But yeah, I think most Spurs fans would agree that he was poor today. Getting on to who else is in this team. We'll just quickly go over Destiny Udogie, because I think if Porro didn't score that goal, I think I would have given it to Udogie or Ben Davies, actually. Udogie is just... He's one of them players for us now where every game, he's one of our best players. You know, you think of, let's just say, an Arsenal. You think of Saliba. You think of Rice. You think of Saka. You think of Odegaard and Martinelli. I think for us, there are players this season where you go, oh, they are our reliable best players. And Destiny Udogie is one of them for us. He is just so good. To get him tied down to a long-term contract until 2030 is one of the best moves this club has done for a while. And Pape Sarr, of course, who was away on African international break. So yeah, Udogie probably, or Ben Davies would have got it if Porro didn't score that goal. But who else played? I think we have to talk about Lo Celso, because it wasn't a bad performance from Lo Celso, and watching Lo Celso play is nice because he's very nice, neat and tidy on the ball. But when a team does play a low block, I think that's when we miss James Maddison the most, and where Lo Celso doesn't flourish as much. I think in an open game, he's really good. He's a really good ball carrier. You know, we seen in the game against Forest. Was it Forest? Who did we play the other day? Bournemouth, sorry. We seen, didn't we, a couple of times where he broke away, runs through the middle of the pitch. We seen it once tonight. And then laid Son off twice. But I think when it gets to a low block, a lot of the times he does a little pass. He doesn't quite have that, eye of a needle pass that a James Maddison does. For example, against Liverpool, when they were down to 10 men, James Maddison, a perfect executed pass to Richarlison, who then gave it to Son, and we went 1-0 up. My God, they were good times. It's not too bad now, but yeah, I think Lo Celso against low blocks, especially, it does struggle a little bit. Nothing wrong with his performance. The effort was there as well, but against those low blocks, you can see where we miss James Maddison. We'll talk about two more players. Three, actually. The first one will be Brennan Johnson. We'll talk about the starters first. Brennan Johnson, he was our best attacker today by far. Showed pace at times, some good touches. There was a really long ball where he took down, expertly. Didn't quite get the shot off though. But, and there was a cut-in chance where he did actually put in a really good shot. Great save from the keeper. And there was another volley that he nearly scored again. Great save from the keeper. But you can see there's more in him, and it's a little bit frustrating. I think on that right-hand side, I think he's much better, by the way. I think he's so much better on that right-hand side. And he's a bit unique, actually, in today's game with wingers, because so many wingers now are better on the opposite side. So a left footer will always now in today's game be better on the right, so they can cut in, so they can make passes through gaps, through centre backs and full backs gaps. It's rare you get actually today a right-footed player or a left-footed player playing on their wings, and Brennan Johnson is much better, I think, on the right. So he's a very unique player in the modern game, I think, when it comes to that. But he's so quick. He has a really good cross. And yeah, he's just really good on the right. On the left, I do think he not struggle, but I think you lose something there. So yeah, not a bad performance from Brennan Johnson. A good one. Little bit frustrating, but yeah, a good performance, I'd say, from him. Just definitely a more right-hand-sided player, which makes it interesting when Maddison comes back, because obviously Kulusevski has been playing in the 10. He will go back to the right. I think Johnson will go to the left, and we'll have Son up front. But that actually doesn't really suit everyone's best position, I don't think. And speaking of the number 9, we go on to Richarlison. Ange, oh my word, he must get so frustrated by Richarlison, because we do create so many good chances and he doesn't put them away. I've had faith in Richarlison. I'm not going to call him out and say, that's not what I made this channel for. Call players out and say they're terrible, because I don't think he's a terrible player. He's the type of player, I think you would do really good for Chelsea, right? Because, they love a number 9 that doesn't always look neat and tidy, isn't always perfect, bit of a shithouse, bit of a scumbag. And I think that's what Richarlison is. But he does have quality at times. You do see it, when that Brazil goal, the 2 of them actually that he scored 3 in total in the World Cup in 3 games or 4 games. He does have quality. He's produced it at Everton, even glimpses at Spurs, you've seen it. But it's not working at Spurs. It's not working. It's not good enough. We are in danger of losing points because of it. Today, just before that Porro goal, he missed such a good chance. In the first half, there was twice where he was in on goal and didn't really work the keeper that much. It's just not good enough. This is one of his worst performances in a while, to be fair. But for the level I think we can go to with Ange, Richarlison isn't working. He's not working. And it's a shame, because I do like him. I do like Richarlison. I like how much of a shithouse he is. I like that he responds to Jamie Carragher on Twitter and gives him shit for complaining about him. But it's not working. It isn't working. The last one I need to talk about is Bryan Gill, because will he just use his right foot ever? I don't know. It is so annoying when you see a footballer, who cannot for his life touch a ball with his right foot. Everything he does is just to suit his left foot. It's quite frustrating. It is frustrating because, again, even with Bryan Gill, or Hill, there is talent. You can see it when he has the ball. There were times tonight where he was really good, but he's just too reliant on that left foot. Doesn't shoot either. He just doesn't shoot. So many times he has an opportunity and he'll just try a pass. It's like he's trying to be David Silva, but he's not David Silva. God, it is frustrating. It is frustrating. We are going to struggle so much without Son Heung-min. But yeah, it's frustrating because the attacking players have talent, but it's just not. They have faults, they have flaws, and they have big ones. Getting on to the match ratings, I would give Vicario a 6.2. Pedro Porro, I would give a 7.5. The goal was magnificent, so a 7.5. No, I'll give him an 8. He had a clean sheet as well. An 8, he deserves that. Emerson Royale, decent performance, good performance. I'll give him a 7, a 7.2. And Ben Davies, a 7.4. Destiny Udogie, I'll also give a 7.4. I'll even him out with Ben Davies. Oliver Skipp, I thought, struggled, actually. I feel bad for Oliver Skipp. He gets way too much hate from Spurs fans. He's kind of our scapegoat. But today I actually did think was one of his worst games in a while. So I'll have to go 6. I'll go 5.9, 5.8. Bentancur showed quality at times, showed why he is so press-proof. Some good defensive tackles, 6.8. Dejan Kulusevski, 5. No, sorry, you know what, 4.4. I think a 4 for Kulusevski. And a 5 for Oliver Skipp, actually. A 5. Giovanni Lo Celso, a 5.5. Brennan Johnson, a 6.2. And Richarlison, I think a 3. I would give for Richarlison. It sounds harsh. On Burnley, I didn't think much of them. I thought Trezor was terrible when he came on. Lau Foster obviously was really bad, and they should have scored 2 chances. Yeah, really poor. I thought they were terrible. The defence did alright. Well, did well, considering their recent form. Well, this season's form. They've conceded way too many goals. But just attacking, terrible. I'll give a shout out to the keeper though. I thought off his line, saves, he was fantastic, and he nearly got an assist at the end. If I was Vincent Kompany, I would think about starting him, because I think James Trafford has struggled a little bit when I've watched Burnley. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the game. If you're new to the channel, give it a subscription. Go on, do it. Comment what you thought of the video. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Comment what you thought of the game. Give it a like if you enjoyed. And thank you for watching.